The journey to success is one that many embark on, but few truly understand. For most, success seems like a distant dream, something that is reserved for a select few with extraordinary talent or luck. Yet, the reality is far simpler than we've been led to believe. Success is not a mystery. It is a science governed by universal laws that anyone can apply, no matter where they come from or what challenges they face. These laws form a blueprint for achieving anything you set your mind to, and if followed faithfully, they will lead you to a life of accomplishment, fulfillment, and lasting impact. The 15 laws you are about to discover are not abstract theories. They have been proven time and again by the world's most successful individuals, people who have used them to overcome adversity, build fortunes, lead movements, and leave behind legacies that changed the world. These principles form the bedrock of all achievements, whether in business, art, science, or personal development. They are timeless and universal, meaning they apply equally to the individual launching a new business as they do to someone seeking personal growth or a better life for their family. Napoleon Hill, the pioneer who first articulated many of these laws in the early 20th century, spent over 20 years studying the habits, mindsets, and actions of the most successful people of his time. From industrialist Andrew Carnegie to the inventors, leaders, and entrepreneurs who shaped modern society, Hill sought to uncover the hidden formula behind their success. What he found was astonishing. Every high achiever shared a set of common traits and habits that could be distilled into a systematic approach to success. These findings formed the basis of his seminal work, The Law of Success, which serves as the foundation for this book. While technology, society, and the world at large have changed drastically since Hill's time, the principles of success have not. They remain just as relevant today as they were a century ago. If you are committed to achieving your dreams, you must first commit to mastering these laws. You must internalize them, practice them, and live by them. This is not a one-time lesson. It's a lifelong journey. But the rewards are immense. You have within you the power to transform your life, to create opportunities where there seemed to be none, and to achieve what you once thought was impossible. The only question is, are you willing to follow the path laid out before you? As you listen to this book, keep in mind that these laws are not to be taken lightly. Each chapter will reveal a powerful principle that, when applied, can move mountains. But knowledge alone is not enough. You must take action. Apply these laws to your daily life, reflect on your progress, and adjust as needed. Success, after all, is a process, not an event. And the process begins with you, here and now. The journey ahead will not always be easy. There will be obstacles, doubts, and setbacks. But remember, every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. The path to success is paved with persistence, determination, and the unwavering belief that you are capable of achieving greatness. The 15 laws you are about to learn are your guideposts on this path. Trust them, follow them, and success will surely follow. Chapter 1. The Power of a Definite Chief Aim. Imagine a ship setting sail from a harbor with no clear destination. It drifts aimlessly, pulled by the winds and currents, never arriving anywhere in particular because it has no course to follow. Now, contrast that with a ship that has a clear destination, a precise course charted out, and a captain who knows exactly where he is going. That ship will reach its destination, no matter what challenges arise along the way. Your life is like that ship, and your mind is the captain. Without a definite chief aim, a clear, specific goal that you are determined to achieve, you are like the first ship, wandering through life without direction, at the mercy of external forces. But with a definite chief aim, you become like the second ship, purposeful and focused, able to navigate even the roughest seas because you know where you are headed. A definite chief aim is the foundation of all achievement. It is a single, overriding goal that directs all of your thoughts, actions, and energy toward its fulfillment. Without such a goal, you will drift through life, wasting time and potential. But with it, you become a force to be reckoned with, unstoppable, determined, and capable of achieving things you once thought were impossible. Napoleon Hill, in his extensive study of successful individuals, discovered that nearly all of them had one thing in common. They knew exactly what they wanted. Whether it was to build a business empire, lead a nation, or create a masterpiece, they had a clear vision of their goal and an unwavering determination to achieve it. This vision became their guiding star, pulling them forward no matter what obstacles they faced. It became the lens through which they viewed every decision and action, allowing them to focus their efforts and avoid distractions. But how do you create such a definite chief aim? The process begins with deep introspection. You must take the time to understand what truly matters to you. This is not about what society expects from you or what others think you should want. It is about identifying the one thing that ignites your passion, the goal that excites you and gives your life meaning. You must ask yourself, what do I truly desire? What am I willing to dedicate my life to achieving? Once you have identified your chief aim, the next step is to write it down. This is a crucial step because writing transforms your vague ideas into a concrete goal. When you put your aim into words, it becomes real, something tangible that you can focus on. Hill emphasized the importance of writing down your chief aim and placing it somewhere you can see it every day, whether it's on your desk, your mirror, or your phone screen. The key is to keep it at the forefront of your mind at all times, constantly reminding yourself of what you are working toward. But writing down your goal is not enough. You must also impress it upon your subconscious mind. This is where the principle of autosuggestion comes into play. Autosuggestion is the practice of repeatedly affirming your goal to yourself, consciously and with feeling, until it becomes ingrained in your subconscious. This is not about mindless repetition. It is about infusing your affirmations with emotion and belief. The more you repeat your chief aim to yourself, the more your subconscious mind begins to accept it as reality, and the more your thoughts, actions, and behaviors align with that goal. Think of your subconscious mind as a powerful magnet. When it is charged with a definite chief aim, it begins to attract the people, resources, and opportunities you need to achieve that aim. This is not magic. It is the natural result of focusing your mental energy on a specific outcome. Your thoughts shape your reality, and when your mind is constantly fixated on your goal, you will begin to notice opportunities that you might have otherwise missed. You will be more motivated, more creative, and more resourceful because you are working towards something that truly matters to you. However, it is not enough to simply desire your goal. Desire alone will not bring you success. Your definite chief aim must be backed by a burning, all-consuming passion. This passion is what fuels your perseverance in the face of adversity. It is what keeps you going when things get tough, when the road seems long, and when doubts creep in. Without this burning desire, your goal will remain a distant dream, something you wish for but never fully commit to achieving. As you pursue your definite chief aim, there will be moments of doubt and frustration. You may encounter setbacks, obstacles, and even failure. But remember, failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of the process. Every successful person has failed at some point, but they did not let failure define them. They viewed it as a stepping stone, a learning experience that brought them one step closer to their goal. This mindset is crucial if you are to achieve your aim. You must be willing to persist, to keep pushing forward even when the odds seem stacked against you. Chapter 2. Building Unshakable Self-Confidence. Self-confidence is the cornerstone of success. It's the invisible force that propels you forward, even when everything around you is telling you to stop. Without self-confidence, your ambitions and goals will remain locked inside your mind, unable to break free into reality. You may have the most brilliant ideas, the most ambitious plans, and even a well-defined chief aim, but without the confidence to pursue them, they will wither away, untouched by the light of day. Self-confidence is not arrogance, nor is it a sense of superiority over others. It is the quiet, unshakable belief in your ability to achieve what you set out to do. It is the internal knowledge that, no matter what challenges or obstacles you may face, you are capable of overcoming them. This belief is not something you are born with. It is something that must be cultivated, developed, and nurtured through deliberate effort. Napoleon Hill understood the immense power of self-confidence, and his studies showed that nearly all successful individuals possessed an unwavering belief in themselves. These people were not immune to doubt or fear, but they had learned how to overcome these emotions by developing a deep-rooted sense of self-assurance. They understood that confidence is like a muscle. It grows stronger with use, and it weakens when neglected. So, how do you build this kind of self-confidence? The process begins with understanding that your thoughts are the foundation of your confidence. Your mind is constantly feeding you thoughts, some positive, some negative, and many that are neutral. But it is your dominant thoughts, the ones you focus on most often, that shape your reality. If you constantly allow negative thoughts to dominate your mind, your self-confidence will erode. On the other hand, if you choose to focus on thoughts that reinforce your belief in yourself, your confidence will grow. This is where the principle of autosuggestion comes into play once again. Autosuggestion is a powerful tool for building self-confidence because it allows you to take control of your thoughts and direct them toward positive, empowering beliefs. By consistently affirming your ability to succeed, you gradually rewire your brain to believe in your own potential. This is not about wishful thinking or blind optimism. It is about systematically conditioning your mind to focus on your strengths, your abilities, and your potential for success. To begin, you must create a personal pledge or affirmation that reinforces your belief in yourself. This pledge should be written in the present tense, as if your confidence and success are already a reality. For example, you might write, "I believe in my ability to achieve my goals. I am confident in my skills, my talents, and my determination. I will succeed because I am willing to work hard and persevere through any challenge." The key is to make this pledge personal and meaningful to you, so that every time you repeat it, you feel its truth resonating within you. Once you have created your pledge, you must commit to repeating it daily, preferably multiple times a day. Repetition is the key to autosuggestion, and the more you repeat your pledge, the more deeply it will be ingrained in your subconscious mind. Over time, you will notice a shift in your thinking. Doubts and fears that once held you back will begin to fade, replaced by a growing sense of certainty in your abilities. But affirmations alone are not enough to build lasting self-confidence. You must also take action. Confidence grows when you face challenges and push through them. Every time you confront a fear or tackle a difficult task, you build a reservoir of self-assurance that will serve you in the future. Action reinforces belief, and belief strengthens action. It is a cycle that feeds itself, creating an upward spiral of confidence. One of the most effective ways to build self-confidence is to set small, achievable goals for yourself, and then accomplish them. Each time you succeed, no matter how small the victory, you prove to yourself that you are capable of achieving your goals. This is why it is so important to break down your larger goals into smaller, manageable steps. By doing this, you create a series of successes that build momentum and reinforce your belief in your ability to succeed. At the same time, it is important to understand that failure is not the opposite of self-confidence. It is a part of the process. Every successful person has faced failure, often many times over. But what sets them apart is their ability to view failure as a temporary setback, not a reflection of their worth or abilities. They use failure as a learning experience, a stepping stone to greater success. This mindset is crucial for maintaining self-confidence in the face of adversity. Another critical aspect of building self-confidence is surrounding yourself with people who believe in you. Your environment plays a significant role in shaping your thoughts and beliefs, and if you are constantly surrounded by negativity or doubt, it will be much harder to build and maintain confidence. Seek out individuals who support your goals, who encourage you to take risks, and who believe in your potential. These people will act as a mirror, reflecting back to you the belief and confidence you are cultivating within yourself. Finally, self-confidence is rooted in integrity. You cannot truly believe in yourself if you are not living in alignment with your values and principles. This is why it is so important to be honest with yourself and others, to keep your promises, and to hold yourself to a high standard of ethics. When you act with integrity, you reinforce your own sense of self-worth, and this, in turn, strengthens your confidence. Conversely, if you compromise your values or betray your own principles, you will undermine your confidence and create inner conflict. Chapter 3. The Habit of Saving. Saving money is often seen as a chore, something we must do begrudgingly in preparation for an uncertain future. But what if I told you that saving is not merely a financial strategy, it is a mindset, a habit that extends far beyond the realm of money? In truth, the habit of saving is one of the most powerful success principles you can cultivate, because it teaches you discipline, delayed gratification, and the ability to think long-term. It is not just about accumulating wealth, it is about building a stable foundation upon which your dreams and goals can flourish. Napoleon Hill understood this well. In his exploration of success, he found that the habit of saving money was a common trait among high achievers. But what made this habit so powerful was not just the act of saving itself, but the mindset it cultivated. Saving requires you to exercise control over your impulses, to prioritize your future over immediate gratification, and to think strategically about your resources. These are the same skills required for success in any endeavor, whether it is building a business, achieving personal goals, or improving relationships. To develop the habit of saving, you must first understand that saving is not about deprivation, it is about empowerment. When you save, you are not denying yourself pleasure or restricting your lifestyle. Rather, you are taking control of your resources and making a conscious choice to invest in your future. You are creating a financial cushion that will allow you to take risks, seize opportunities, and weather unexpected challenges. This mindset shift is crucial because it turns saving from a chore into a powerful tool for building your future. The first step in cultivating the habit of saving is to set a clear financial goal. Just as with your definite chief aim, you must have a specific target in mind if you are to save effectively. This could be a short-term goal, such as saving for a vacation or a new piece of equipment, or a long-term goal, such as building an emergency fund or saving for retirement. The key is to make your goal concrete and measurable so that you have something to work toward. Without a clear goal, it is easy to lose motivation and fall back into old spending habits. Once you have established your financial goal, the next step is to create a plan for reaching it. This requires you to take a close look at your income and expenses and identify areas where you can cut back or reallocate resources. This is not about living a life of scarcity. It is about making intentional choices that align with your priorities. For example, if your goal is to save for a down payment on a house, you might choose to forego unnecessary purchases or reduce discretionary spending in other areas. The key is to find a balance that allows you to save without feeling deprived. One of the most powerful tools for developing the habit of saving is automation. By setting up automatic transfers from your checking account to your savings account, you remove the temptation to spend money impulsively. Automation makes saving effortless because it happens without you having to think about it. Over time, these small, regular contributions will add up, and you will be surprised at how quickly your savings grow. But saving is not just about money. It is a habit that can be applied to other areas of your life as well. For example, you can save time by being more intentional about how you spend your days. Instead of wasting hours on distractions or activities that do not contribute to your goals, you can choose to invest your time in things that matter, whether that's working on a project, spending quality time with loved ones, or taking care of your health. Similarly, you can save energy by focusing on the tasks that have the greatest impact, rather than spreading yourself too thin across multiple endeavors. The habit of saving teaches you the value of patience and delayed gratification. In a world that often encourages instant gratification and quick fixes, learning to wait and build towards something over time is a rare and valuable skill. This mindset is essential for long-term success because it allows you to stay focused on your bigger goals, even when the rewards are not immediate. It also helps you develop resilience and discipline, qualities that are crucial when pursuing any ambitious endeavor. However, it is important to understand that saving, like any habit, requires consistency. You cannot save sporadically and expect to see results. You must commit to saving regularly, even if the amounts are small. Over time, these small efforts will compound, and you will find that your savings grow faster than you expected. The key is to stay the course, even when it feels like progress is slow. Chapter 4. Initiative and Leadership. Leadership is not a title or position. It is an action. It is the ability to inspire others, to take charge when the situation demands, and to make decisions with clarity and purpose. In today's world, there is a misconception that leadership is reserved for those in authority or for individuals with extraordinary charisma. However, the truth is that anyone can be a leader, regardless of their role or position. Leadership begins with initiative, the drive to take action without waiting for someone else to tell you what to do. Initiative and leadership go hand in hand. Initiative is the force that pushes you to step forward and take action. Leadership is what allows you to guide others, influence outcomes, and make progress. Napoleon Hill understood that successful individuals don't wait for opportunities to come to them. They create their own opportunities by taking initiative. They recognize that leadership is not something that is given to you. It is something you invite through your actions, your mindset, and your willingness to take risks. Taking initiative means acting with purpose. It is the ability to identify what needs to be done and then doing it, even when no one is watching or asking you to do so. It is the practice of seizing opportunities, solving problems, and being proactive rather than reactive. When you take initiative, you stand out from the crowd because most people prefer to wait for direction, to follow rather than lead. But those who consistently take initiative inevitably rise to positions of leadership because they are seen as problem solvers and innovators, individuals who move things forward. The foundation of initiative is self-confidence. If you lack confidence in your abilities, You will hesitate to take the first step. You may see an opportunity or recognize a need, but fear and doubt will hold you back. This is why building self-confidence, as discussed in the previous chapter, is so crucial. When you believe in yourself and trust your instincts, you are more likely to act decisively. Leadership, at its core, is about decision-making. Leaders must be willing to make decisions quickly and with conviction, even when the outcome is uncertain. However, leadership is not simply about taking action, it is about taking the right action. This requires discernment, a clear understanding of your goals, and the ability to think critically about the consequences of your decisions. True leaders don't act recklessly. They take calculated risks based on careful thought and analysis. They understand that their actions have a ripple effect, influencing not only their own success, but also the success of those around them. This is why leadership and initiative must be guided by a sense of responsibility and integrity. A key element of leadership is the ability to influence others. Influence is not about manipulation or control. It is about inspiring others to follow your lead because they believe in your vision and trust your judgment. This is where personal integrity and character play a significant role. People will not follow a leader who lacks integrity, who acts selfishly, or who is inconsistent in their actions and values. If you want to lead others, you must first lead yourself. This means holding yourself to a high standard, being honest in your dealings, and living in alignment with your values. Leadership is also about service. The most effective leaders understand that their role is not to dictate or command, but to serve those they lead. This concept, known as servant leadership, is rooted in the idea that leadership is about empowering others to achieve their best. It is about creating an environment in which people can thrive, grow, and contribute to a shared goal. When you lead with a mindset of service, you inspire loyalty and commitment in others because they know you are invested in their success as much as your own. To cultivate initiative and leadership, start by looking for opportunities in your everyday life. Whether it's in your job, your personal life, or your community, there are countless chances to step up and lead. It doesn't matter how small the action may seem. What matters is that you take the first step. Over time, these small acts of initiative will build your confidence and strengthen your leadership abilities. As you begin to take on more responsibility and guide others, you will develop the skills and mindset needed to lead effectively on a larger scale. One of the greatest challenges leaders face is overcoming the fear of failure. Taking initiative often means stepping into the unknown, where the outcome is uncertain. Fear of failure can paralyze you, causing you to hesitate or avoid action altogether. But true leaders understand that failure is part of the process. Every successful leader has experienced failure at some point, but what sets them apart is their ability to learn from it, adapt, and move forward. Failure is not the end. It is simply feedback, a lesson that helps you improve and refine your approach. As you embrace leadership, you must also develop the ability to inspire others. This requires you to communicate your vision clearly and passionately. People are naturally drawn to leaders who are enthusiastic about their goals and who can articulate their vision in a way that motivates others. Your enthusiasm will be contagious, and it will create a sense of excitement and purpose in those who follow you. Remember, leadership is not about commanding others to follow. It's about inspiring them to want to follow. Chapter 5. The Power of Imagination. Imagination is one of the most powerful tools at your disposal. It is the gateway to innovation, the spark that ignites creativity, and the force that turns dreams into reality. Without imagination, progress would be impossible. Every great invention, every groundbreaking discovery, and every transformative idea began with someone's imagination. Napoleon Hill recognized the immense power of imagination in the pursuit of success, and he emphasized that you will never have a definite chief aim, self-confidence, or initiative unless you first create these qualities in your imagination and see them as yours. Imagination is more than just daydreaming or wishful thinking. It is the ability to visualize a future that does not yet exist and to believe in its possibility. It allows you to see beyond your current circumstances, to envision what could be, and to chart a path toward that vision. Imagination fuels your ambition because it helps you picture the life you want to create and the person you want to become. But imagination alone is not enough. It must be harnessed, directed, and combined with action. There are two types of imagination that play a role in success: synthetic imagination and creative imagination. Synthetic imagination involves taking existing ideas, concepts, or knowledge and combining them in new ways to solve problems or create something different. This is the type of imagination that is often used in innovation or when improving upon something that already exists. For example, when an entrepreneur improves upon an existing product, they are using synthetic imagination to add value and solve a problem in a better way. Creative imagination, on the other hand, is the ability to generate entirely new ideas that have never existed before. It is the source of groundbreaking inventions, artistic masterpieces, and revolutionary discoveries. Creative imagination taps into the subconscious mind, where infinite possibilities reside, and it allows you to access insights, ideas, and inspiration that go beyond your conscious thought. This type of imagination often comes in flashes of insight, moments of clarity that seem to come from nowhere but are the result of deep thinking, reflection, and openness to new ideas. Both types of imagination are essential for success. To develop your synthetic imagination, you must become a lifelong learner, constantly expanding your knowledge and understanding of the world around you. The more information you take in, the more material your mind has to work with when synthesizing new ideas. Read widely, explore different subjects, and seek out experiences that challenge your thinking. The more you expose yourself to diverse perspectives and ideas, the more creative connections your mind will make. To tap into your creative imagination, you must create space for reflection and solitude. Creative insights often come when your mind is relaxed and open, free from the constant noise and distractions of daily life. This is why many great thinkers, artists, and inventors make time for quiet contemplation, whether through meditation, journaling, or simply taking a walk in nature. By allowing your mind to wander and explore new possibilities, you give yourself the opportunity to access the deeper levels of your subconscious mind, where your most creative ideas reside. Imagination is also the key to overcoming limitations. When faced with a challenge or obstacle, your imagination allows you to see beyond the immediate problem and envision solutions that may not be immediately obvious. It helps you think outside the box, to approach problems from new angles, and to find creative ways to achieve your goals. The more you cultivate your imagination, the more resourceful you become, and the more capable you are of turning even the most difficult situations into opportunities for growth and success. But perhaps the most important role of imagination is in helping you define and visualize your definite chief aim. As we discussed in Chapter 1, having a clear, specific goal is essential for success. But before you can set that goal, you must first imagine it. You must allow yourself to dream big, to envision the life you truly want, without limitations or doubts. Imagination gives you the freedom to explore all possibilities, to consider what your life could look like if you were not held back by fear, uncertainty, or external circumstances. Once you have imagined your goal, the next step is to visualize it with clarity and detail. Visualization is a powerful technique that allows you to mentally rehearse your success, to see yourself achieving your goals, and to experience the emotions associated with that achievement. The more vividly you can imagine your success, the more real it becomes in your mind. And as we know, your thoughts shape your reality. By consistently visualizing your goals, you are training your subconscious mind to believe in their possibility, and you are aligning your thoughts, actions, and behaviors with that vision. One of the most effective ways to harness the power of imagination is through a technique called mental rehearsal. This involves visualizing yourself taking specific actions that lead to the achievement of your goals. For example, if your goal is to start a successful business, you would imagine yourself going through the steps of building that business, meeting with clients, making decisions, overcoming challenges, and ultimately succeeding. The key is to make the visualization as detailed and realistic as possible so that your mind becomes familiar with the process of success. Chapter 6. The Force of Enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is the fuel that drives your actions, the force that propels you toward your goals with energy and passion. It is a state of mind that can turn the most mundane task into something exciting and purposeful. Without enthusiasm, work feels like a burden, goals seem distant, and motivation dwindles. But with it, everything comes alive. Enthusiasm is contagious. It has the power to inspire not only you, but also those around you. When you are enthusiastic, people notice, and they want to be part of your journey. In fact, it's one of the most important qualities of successful leaders and achievers. Napoleon Hill understood the critical role that enthusiasm plays in success. He observed that those who approach their goals with genuine excitement and passion inevitably achieve more than those who work without any emotional investment. Enthusiasm acts as a multiplier. It increases your productivity, improves the quality of your work, and attracts the support and cooperation of others. This is because people are naturally drawn to those who are enthusiastic. It creates an invisible force that energizes your environment and makes people believe in your vision. But enthusiasm is not just a spontaneous emotion that appears when everything is going well. It is something you can cultivate and sustain, even in the face of challenges. True enthusiasm comes from having a deep connection to your goal, from believing in what you are doing and feeling passionate about the impact it will have. It's not about being blindly optimistic or ignoring difficulties. It's about maintaining a positive, forward-moving energy that keeps you motivated through ups and downs. So how do you cultivate enthusiasm, especially when you're facing obstacles or when things don't seem to be going your way? The first step is to ensure that your goals are aligned with your passions and values. When you are working towards something you truly care about, enthusiasm naturally follows. If you're feeling unmotivated or lacking in enthusiasm, it might be time to reassess your goals. Are you pursuing something that excites you, or are you following a path that feels more like an obligation? Enthusiasm cannot thrive if your heart isn't in what you're doing. Another way to build enthusiasm is by immersing yourself in the process. Sometimes enthusiasm doesn't appear right away. It grows as you engage more deeply with your work. By focusing on the present moment and giving your full attention to the task at hand, you allow yourself to become absorbed in the process. As you make progress and see results, your enthusiasm will naturally increase. The more involved you are, the more excited you become about what you are creating. It's also important to surround yourself with positive influences. Enthusiasm, like any other emotion, can be influenced by your environment. If you are constantly surrounded by negativity or by people who drain your energy, it will be difficult to maintain enthusiasm. On the other hand, If you spend time with people who are passionate, motivated, and supportive, their energy will rub off on you. Seek out individuals who inspire you, who are enthusiastic about their own goals, and who encourage you to stay excited about yours. One of the most powerful ways to sustain enthusiasm is through visualization. When you can clearly see the outcome of your efforts, when you can imagine yourself achieving your goal and experiencing the joy that comes with it, you ignite a deep sense of excitement. Visualization is not just about seeing the end result. It's about feeling the emotions associated with that success. Close your eyes and picture yourself accomplishing your goal. What does it feel like? What emotions are running through you? The more vividly you can imagine this, the more enthusiastic you will become about working toward that reality. Enthusiasm is also deeply connected to your energy levels. It's hard to be enthusiastic if you're physically drained or emotionally exhausted. This is why it's essential to take care of your body and mind. Regular exercise, adequate rest, and a healthy diet all contribute to your overall energy levels, which in turn affect your enthusiasm. Likewise, taking time to recharge mentally, whether through meditation, relaxation, or engaging in activities that bring you joy, will help you maintain a positive and energetic mindset. It's important to note that enthusiasm is not about being relentlessly cheerful or pretending everything is perfect. Genuine enthusiasm comes from a place of authenticity. It's about being passionate despite the challenges, not ignoring them. Enthusiasm gives you the resilience to face difficulties with a positive attitude and to keep moving forward even when the path is tough. It doesn't mean you won't feel discouraged at times, but it does mean that your underlying passion will keep you going. Another key aspect of enthusiasm is its contagious nature. When you are enthusiastic about your goals, others will want to join you, support you, and be part of your journey. People are naturally attracted to positive energy. Think about the last time you were around someone who was genuinely excited about something. It probably made you feel more excited too. This is why enthusiastic leaders and entrepreneurs often attract the best people to work with them. Their passion inspires others to believe in the vision and to give their best effort. In a professional context, enthusiasm can be one of your greatest assets. Whether you're trying to sell a product, pitch an idea, or lead a team, your enthusiasm will be one of the most persuasive tools you have. People are more likely to trust, follow, and invest in someone who is clearly passionate about what they are doing. Your enthusiasm shows that you believe in your product, your vision, or your idea, and that belief is often what convinces others to believe in it as well. Finally, enthusiasm is about finding joy in the journey, not just the destination. Success is not a single moment or a final achievement. It's the accumulation of all the steps you take along the way. If you only focus on the end goal and ignore the process, you will miss out on the joy that comes from daily progress and growth. Enthusiasm allows you to find fulfillment in the work itself, in the small victories, and in the knowledge that you are moving closer to your dreams. Chapter 7. Mastering Self-Control. Self-control is the foundation of all success. Without it, even the most ambitious goals, the grandest visions, and the best-laid plans are likely to falter. Self-control is the ability to direct your thoughts, emotions, and actions in a constructive way, ensuring that they are aligned with your goals and values. It is the force that keeps you on track when distractions and temptations threaten to pull you off course. While enthusiasm provides the fuel for your journey, self-control is the steering mechanism that ensures you reach your destination. Napoleon Hill described self-control as the ability to harness and direct your enthusiasm and energy toward productive ends. Without self-control, enthusiasm can be like a wildfire, burning out of control, destructive, and ultimately unsustainable. But with self-control, that same energy becomes a powerful, focused force that drives you toward your goals. Self-control allows you to maintain balance, to stay disciplined, and to make decisions that are in your best interest, even when your emotions or circumstances might tempt you otherwise. At its core, self-control is about mastering your mind. It's the realization that your thoughts are the root of your actions, and if you want to change your behavior, you must first change the way you think. This is why self-control starts with thought control. It's about being aware of the thoughts that enter your mind, recognizing those that are unproductive or harmful, and consciously replacing them with thoughts that support your goals and well-being. If you can control your thoughts, you can control your actions, and ultimately, your destiny. One of the greatest challenges to self-control is the temptation to give in to immediate gratification. In today's world, we are surrounded by distractions and quick fixes, whether it's social media, instant entertainment, or the lure of easy pleasures. These distractions pull us away from our long-term goals and lead us to make choices that may feel good in the moment, but ultimately hinder our progress. The ability to delay gratification, to forego short-term pleasure in favor of long-term gain, is one of the hallmarks of self-control. It is the skill that separates those who achieve lasting success from those who settle for mediocrity. Self-control is not about denying yourself pleasure or living a rigid, joyless life. Rather, it is about making conscious choices that are in alignment with your highest values and goals. It's about knowing when to say no to the things that don't serve your purpose and when to say yes to the things that do. For example, choosing to skip a night out in favor of working on your business plan is an act of self-control, not because it denies you fun, but because it aligns with your goal of building something meaningful for your future. Another key aspect of self-control is emotional regulation. Emotions are a natural part of being human, but when left unchecked, they can lead to impulsive decisions and reactions that derail your progress. Whether it's anger, frustration, or fear, allowing your emotions to dictate your actions can cause you to make choices that you later regret. Mastering self-control means learning how to manage your emotions, to feel them without letting them control you. This doesn't mean suppressing your emotions. It means acknowledging them, understanding them, and then choosing how to respond in a way that aligns with your goals. One of the most powerful tools for developing self-control is mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment, aware of your thoughts, feelings, and actions without judgment. When you are mindful, you create a space between stimulus and response, allowing you to make conscious choices rather than reacting impulsively. This practice is especially helpful when you find yourself in situations where your emotions are running high, or when you are faced with temptations that could pull you off course. Another important aspect of self-control is consistency. It's not enough to exercise self-control occasionally or when it's convenient. True self-control requires consistent effort, day in and day out. This is why habits play such a crucial role in self-control. By establishing positive habits, whether it's a morning routine, a regular workout schedule, or a daily practice of goal setting, you create a structure that supports your self-control. Habits take the decision-making process out of the equation, making it easier to stay disciplined because your actions become automatic. But self-control is not just about saying no to distractions or managing your emotions. It's also about taking responsibility for your actions. When you have self-control, you take ownership of your choices and their consequences. You don't blame others or external circumstances for your setbacks. Instead, you look inward, recognizing that you have the power to change your behavior and make better choices. This sense of personal responsibility is empowering because it puts you in control of your life. It's important to recognize that self-control, like any skill, can be developed and strengthened over time. The more you practice self-control, the easier it becomes. Each time you make a disciplined choice, each time you resist a temptation or manage a difficult emotion, you are building your capacity for self-control. This is why it's essential to start small. Don't try to overhaul your entire life at once. Instead, focus on one area where you want to improve your self-control and commit to making small, consistent changes. Over time, these small wins will add up, and your self-control will grow stronger. Chapter 8. The habit of doing more than you are paid for. Success is not simply a result of working hard, it's a result of doing more than is expected of you. This principle, often referred to as the law of going the extra mile, is one of the most powerful yet overlooked laws of success. Napoleon Hill identified it as a key trait of high achievers, the habit of doing more than they are paid for. When you consistently put in more effort than is required, you set yourself apart from the majority, increase your value, and attract opportunities that otherwise might have passed you by. Most people operate with a transactional mindset, believing that they should only do what they are paid or asked to do, and nothing more. They see work as an exchange, time and effort for a paycheck, and rarely go beyond what is expected. But true success comes to those who understand that to receive more, you must first give more. This is not about being exploited or taken advantage of. It's about creating value and building a reputation for excellence. By doing more than you are paid for, you are investing in your future success and laying the groundwork for greater opportunities. When you consistently give more than what is required, you send a clear message to the world. You are someone who is committed to excellence, who cares about the quality of their work, and who is willing to go above and beyond to achieve their goals. This mindset not only earns you respect and trust from others, but also increases your own sense of self-worth and confidence. You begin to see yourself as someone who is capable of more, and this belief fuels your desire to continue growing and improving. One of the key benefits of going the extra mile is that it builds momentum. When you make a habit of doing more than what is asked, you start to experience a positive feedback loop. Your efforts get noticed by others, whether it's your employer, colleagues, or clients, and as a result, you begin to attract more opportunities, more responsibility, and ultimately, more success. People naturally gravitate toward those who demonstrate initiative, reliability, and a commitment to excellence. They want to work with and promote individuals who consistently deliver more than expected. Going the extra mile also cultivates an internal sense of pride and fulfillment. When you take pride in your work and strive to exceed expectations, you experience a deeper sense of satisfaction in what you do. You know that you are not just meeting the minimum requirements, you are contributing something meaningful and valuable. This internal motivation is far more powerful than external rewards because it is driven by a desire to grow, improve, and achieve mastery in your field. When you focus on the process of becoming better rather than just the immediate reward, success becomes a natural byproduct. But going the extra mile is not just about working harder, it's about working smarter. It involves being proactive, taking initiative, and finding ways to add value that others may not see. For example, if you are working on a project, don't just complete the tasks that are assigned to you. Look for opportunities to improve the process, suggest innovative ideas, or anticipate potential problems before they arise. By doing so, you demonstrate that you are not just following orders. You are actively engaged in making the project a success. This kind of initiative is invaluable in any field and sets you apart as a leader and problem solver. However, the habit of doing more than you are paid for requires a shift in mindset. You must move away from a scarcity mentality where you believe that you should only give as much as you are paid for, and embrace an abundance mentality. This means understanding that the more you give, the more you will receive in return, even if the rewards are not immediate. The universe operates on the principle of reciprocity. When you give generously, whether it's time, effort, or value, you will eventually be rewarded in ways that often exceed your expectations. It's also important to recognize that going the extra mile does not mean working yourself to exhaustion or burning out. It's about being strategic with your time and energy, focusing on the areas where you can make the greatest impact. You don't need to stay late at the office every day or sacrifice your personal life to go the extra mile. Instead, look for ways to be more efficient, to add value in ways that others may not have thought of, and to continuously improve your skills and knowledge. It's about quality, not just quantity. This principle also applies to relationships. When you give more to the people around you, whether it's through offering help, support, or encouragement, you build stronger, more meaningful connections. People remember those who go out of their way to be kind, generous, and helpful, and these relationships often open doors to new opportunities. In both personal and professional contexts, the habit of giving more than you receive creates a network of goodwill that will serve you throughout your life. A key to mastering the habit of doing more than you are paid for is to develop a mindset of service. When you focus on how you can serve others, whether it's your customers, your colleagues, or your community, you naturally begin to go the extra mile. You are no longer just working for yourself or for a paycheck. You are contributing to something larger than yourself. This sense of purpose is what drives the world's most successful individuals. They understand that their success is not just about personal gain, it's about how they can positively impact others. One of the greatest examples of this principle in action is the story of entrepreneurs who started with little but built empires by consistently doing more than was required. Many of the most successful business owners started by working for others, and they gained recognition by giving more than was expected of them. They didn't wait for promotions or raises before they started acting like leaders. They led by example, took on additional responsibilities, and continuously found ways to improve the value they delivered. This mindset laid the foundation for their eventual success as entrepreneurs. Chapter 9. Cultivating a pleasing personality. Your personality is one of the most important factors in your success. While skills, knowledge, and hard work are essential, your ability to interact positively with others can often make the difference between failure and success. A pleasing personality is like a magnet. It attracts people to you, opens doors to opportunities, and helps you build lasting relationships, both personally and professionally. Napoleon Hill emphasized that a pleasing personality is not about charm or superficial friendliness, but about cultivating qualities of character that make people want to be around you and work with you. What is a pleasing personality? It's the sum total of your traits, behaviors, and attitudes that make you approachable, likable, and trustworthy. It's about how you present yourself to the world, how you communicate with others, and how you treat those around you. A pleasing personality is not about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about developing the qualities that bring out the best in yourself and others. One of the most important aspects of a pleasing personality is a genuine interest in other people. People are naturally drawn to those who show a sincere interest in their thoughts, feelings, and experiences. When you take the time to listen to others, to understand their needs and concerns, you build rapport and trust. This is especially important in professional settings, where relationships are often the key to success. People want to work with individuals who are empathetic, understanding, and willing to collaborate. A key element of cultivating a pleasing personality is the way you communicate. Your words have power. They can uplift, inspire, and motivate, or they can hurt, discourage, and alienate. Effective communication is not just about what you say, but how you say it. Tone of voice, body language, and facial expressions all play a role in how your message is received. A pleasing personality communicates with warmth, positivity, and respect. It avoids negativity, gossip, and criticism, focusing instead on constructive, encouraging conversations. But a pleasing personality is not just about how you interact with others, it's also about how you carry yourself. Your physical appearance, your posture, your handshake, and even the way you dress all contribute to the impression you make on others. While it may seem superficial, first impressions are often lasting, and people tend to form judgments about you based on your appearance and demeanor. This doesn't mean you need to dress expensively or put on a facade. It means presenting yourself in a way that reflects your self-respect and professionalism. One of the most overlooked aspects of a pleasing personality is consistency. People are drawn to individuals who are steady, reliable, and consistent in their actions and attitudes. If you are unpredictable, erratic, or prone to mood swings, people will have a harder time trusting you. Consistency in your behavior builds confidence in others, and they will come to rely on you as someone who can be counted on to act with integrity and fairness. This is especially important in leadership roles, where your personality sets the tone for the entire group or organization. Humility is another key trait of a pleasing personality. People are naturally repelled by arrogance, condescension, and self-centeredness. On the other hand, humility makes you approachable and likable. It shows that you are not putting yourself above others, but rather you are open to learning, growing, and collaborating. Humility does not mean downplaying your abilities or accomplishments. It means recognizing that you are always in the process of improving and that you value the contributions of others. Empathy, too, is a cornerstone of a pleasing personality. When you can put yourself in someone else's shoes, when you can understand their perspective and emotions, you create a deeper connection with them. Empathy allows you to respond to others with compassion and kindness, rather than judgment or indifference. This ability to understand and relate to others is one of the most important skills you can develop, both in your personal relationships and in your professional life. In addition to these qualities, a pleasing personality is also characterized by a positive attitude. Optimism is contagious, and people are naturally drawn to those who maintain a hopeful, upbeat outlook on life. A positive attitude doesn't mean ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. It means approaching challenges with a sense of possibility and a belief that solutions can be found. When you bring positivity into your interactions, you lift the energy of the people around you and create an environment that fosters success and cooperation. But perhaps the most important aspect of a pleasing personality is authenticity. People can sense when someone is being insincere, and no amount of charm or friendliness can make up for a lack of authenticity. Being genuine means being true to yourself, your values, your beliefs, and your character. It means showing up as the real you, not as someone you think others want you to be. Authenticity builds trust, and trust is the foundation of any successful relationship. It's important to recognize that cultivating a pleasing personality does not mean becoming a people pleaser. You don't have to agree with everyone, nor do you have to suppress your own opinions or desires to make others happy. In fact, a pleasing personality is about being assertive, confident, and true to yourself, while still showing respect and consideration for others. It's about striking a balance between self-respect and respect for those around you. Chapter 10. The Power of Accurate Thought. Accurate thought is the foundation of sound decision-making and a cornerstone of success. Without the ability to think clearly, distinguish facts from fiction, and analyze information critically, even the best plans can go awry. In a world where misinformation, emotional biases, and distractions are abundant, the ability to think accurately is more important than ever. Napoleon Hill identified accurate thought as one of the key principles that set successful individuals apart from those who falter. To master this principle, you must learn to discipline your mind and cultivate the ability to see things as they truly are, rather than as you wish them to be. Accurate thought begins with separating facts from mere opinions, beliefs, or assumptions. In many cases, people allow their emotions or preconceived notions to influence their thinking. They accept information that aligns with their views without questioning its validity, while rejecting or ignoring facts that challenge their beliefs. This is a dangerous habit, as it leads to poor decision-making and prevents you from seeing the full picture. To think accurately, you must approach information with an open mind, willing to examine it objectively and without bias. One of the most important skills in accurate thought is discernment. Discernment is the ability to distinguish between relevant and irrelevant information, between truth and falsehood, and between what matters and what doesn't. In any situation, there is always a flood of information coming your way, but not all of it is useful. Some of it is noise, designed to distract or mislead you. The key to accurate thought is filtering out the noise and focusing on the facts that truly matter. This requires you to stay focused on your goals and to be clear about what information is necessary to achieve them. To develop the habit of accurate thought, you must also be willing to challenge your assumptions and question the sources of your information. Just because something has been repeated many times does not make it true. In fact, many commonly held beliefs are based on misconceptions or outdated information. As you pursue your goals, you must make it a habit to ask yourself, is this really true? What evidence supports this belief? How reliable is the source of this information? By questioning your assumptions and seeking out credible, verifiable facts, you ensure that your decisions are based on reality rather than wishful thinking or false premises. Another key element of accurate thought is the ability to analyze information critically. Critical thinking involves examining information from multiple perspectives, considering alternative explanations, and evaluating the evidence supporting each conclusion. It requires you to avoid jumping to conclusions or making snap judgments. Instead, you must take the time to gather all the relevant information, weigh the pros and cons, and carefully assess the potential outcomes before making a decision. This methodical approach to thinking allows you to avoid the common pitfalls of impulsive or emotional decision-making. Accurate thought also requires you to manage your emotions. Emotions, while valuable in certain situations, can cloud your judgment if left unchecked. For example, fear may lead you to avoid taking necessary risks, while overconfidence can cause you to underestimate challenges. Anger, frustration, or impatience can lead to hasty decisions that you later regret. To think accurately, you must develop emotional intelligence, the ability to recognize and manage your emotions so that they do not interfere with your ability to think clearly. This does not mean suppressing your emotions, but rather being aware of them and ensuring that they do not dictate your decisions. Another aspect of accurate thought is intellectual humility, the recognition that you do not know everything and that there is always more to learn. Many people fall into the trap of believing that they have all the answers, which can lead to stubbornness and closed-mindedness. However, true success requires the ability to learn from others, to seek out new perspectives, and to be open to changing your mind when new information presents itself. Intellectual humility allows you to approach situations with curiosity and a willingness to grow, rather than a rigid attachment to your existing beliefs. One of the greatest challenges to accurate thought is the influence of external factors, such as social pressure, media, and groupthink. It is easy to fall into the trap of following the crowd, accepting popular opinions without questioning their validity. However, to think accurately, you must learn to stand apart from the crowd when necessary and to trust your own judgment. This requires courage, as going against the majority can be uncomfortable or even isolating. But true success often requires independent thinking and the willingness to follow your own path, even when others do not understand or support your choices. Accurate thought also involves taking a long-term view. In many cases, people make decisions based on short-term gains without considering the long-term consequences. This is a mistake. Successful individuals understand that short-term sacrifices are often necessary for long-term success. When you think accurately, you are able to evaluate the potential future outcomes of your decisions and make choices that will benefit you in the long run, even if they are not immediately gratifying. Finally, accurate thought is about staying focused on your definite chief aim. When you are clear about your goals and your purpose, it becomes easier to think accurately because you have a clear framework for evaluating information and making decisions. Every choice you make should be aligned with your overall goals, and accurate thought helps you stay on track by filtering out distractions and irrelevant information. This focus allows you to use your mental energy more effectively, ensuring that you are always moving in the right direction. Chapter 11. The Power of Concentration. Concentration is the ability to focus your mental energy on a single goal or task without being distracted by external forces or competing thoughts. It is one of the most essential ingredients for success, yet it is also one of the most difficult skills to master in today's fast-paced, distraction-filled world. Napoleon Hill recognized concentration as a key element of success, emphasizing that the ability to focus all of your energy on one definite purpose is what separates high achievers from those who struggle to make progress. Without concentration, your efforts become scattered, and you are unable to make meaningful progress toward your goals. The power of concentration begins with clarity of purpose. Before you can focus your energy, you must first be clear about what you are focusing on. This is where your definite chief aim comes into play. When you have a clear, specific goal, it becomes much easier to concentrate your thoughts and actions on achieving that goal. Without a clear purpose, your mind will wander, jumping from one idea to the next, without ever committing fully to any one task. This lack of focus leads to wasted time, effort, and energy. Once you have a clear goal in mind, the next step is to eliminate distractions. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. Social media, emails, text messages, and endless streams of information compete for your attention. These distractions can pull you away from your work, disrupt your focus, and make it difficult to concentrate for extended periods of time. To develop the habit of concentration, you must learn to create an environment that supports focused work. This may mean turning off notifications, setting aside specific blocks of time for focused work, and creating a space that is free from distractions. In addition to eliminating external distractions, you must also learn to manage internal distractions, those thoughts, worries, or concerns that pop into your mind and disrupt your concentration. These internal distractions can be just as detrimental as external ones, as they pull your attention away from the task at hand. One effective way to manage internal distractions is through mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of staying present in the moment, fully focused on the task you are doing without being pulled away by thoughts of the past or future. By practicing mindfulness, you train your mind to stay focused on one thing at a time, which improves your ability to concentrate. Concentration is not just about focusing your mental energy, it's also about managing your time effectively. Successful individuals understand that time is one of their most valuable resources, and they use it wisely. This means prioritizing tasks that are aligned with your goals and focusing your energy on the most important activities. It's easy to get caught up in busy work, tasks that make you feel productive but don't actually move you closer to your goal. Concentration requires you to be intentional with your time, focusing on tasks that have the greatest impact and avoiding those that are merely distractions in disguise. Another key element of concentration is the ability to sustain focus over long periods of time. This is where discipline comes into play. Concentration is not something that comes naturally to most people. It requires effort and practice. You must train your mind to stay focused for longer and longer periods of time, gradually building your ability to concentrate without becoming fatigued or distracted. One way to do this is through the practice of deep work. Deep work involves setting aside uninterrupted blocks of time to focus solely on one task, free from distractions. Over time, this practice strengthens your concentration and allows you to achieve more in less time. One of the greatest challenges to concentration is multitasking. Many people believe that they can be more productive by juggling multiple tasks at once, but this is a myth. In reality, multitasking divides your attention and reduces the quality of your work. When you try to do too many things at once, your brain is constantly switching between tasks, which leads to mental fatigue and decreased efficiency. Concentration, on the other hand, involves focusing on one task at a time, giving it your full attention, and completing it before moving on to the next. This approach not only improves the quality of your work, but also allows you to complete tasks more quickly. Concentration also requires you to stay committed to your goals, even when the path becomes difficult. It's easy to lose focus when faced with obstacles, setbacks, or distractions. But true concentration involves the ability to stay focused on your goal, even in the face of challenges. This is where persistence comes into play. When you are truly concentrated on achieving something, you are willing to push through difficulties, to keep going when others would give up, and to stay focused on the bigger picture even when the immediate circumstances are discouraging. One of the most effective ways to improve concentration is through visualization. Visualization involves mentally rehearsing the steps you need to take to achieve your goal. By picturing yourself successfully completing a task, you prime your mind to focus on the actions required to make that vision a reality. This mental practice strengthens your ability to concentrate because it trains your brain to stay focused on the specific steps needed to achieve your goal. Visualization also helps you stay motivated, as it allows you to see yourself succeeding before you even begin. It's important to recognize that concentration is a skill that can be developed over time. Like any other skill, it requires practice and consistency. Start by setting small, achievable goals for improving your concentration, whether it's focusing for 30 minutes without distraction or completing a specific task without interruption. Gradually increase the difficulty of these goals as your concentration improves. Over time, you will find that your ability to concentrate becomes stronger, and you are able to achieve more in less time. Chapter 12. Cooperation, the foundation of success. Cooperation is one of the most essential ingredients for achieving long-term success. No one can accomplish great things alone. Even the most talented and driven individuals need the support, insights, and efforts of others to reach their full potential. Napoleon Hill recognized this truth in his teachings, emphasizing that the power of cooperation, whether in a team, a mastermind group, or a community, is essential for overcoming challenges, generating new ideas, and creating lasting success. Cooperation isn't just about working together, it's about aligning your efforts with others to achieve a common goal. The concept of cooperation goes far beyond mere teamwork. True cooperation involves harmonizing your efforts with others, ensuring that everyone is working toward a shared objective in a way that benefits all parties involved. It requires trust, communication, and a willingness to put the group's goals ahead of individual desires at times. When cooperation is genuine, it creates synergy, the idea that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. In other words, when people work together effectively, they can achieve far more than they could as individuals. The first step toward mastering cooperation is recognizing its value. Many people fall into the trap of thinking they must do everything on their own to prove their worth or maintain control over their outcomes. But this mindset is limiting. By embracing cooperation, you open yourself up to new ideas, perspectives, and resources that you may not have access to on your own. The more you engage with others, the more opportunities you create for mutual success. One of the most powerful examples of cooperation is the mastermind group. Napoleon Hill himself coined this term to describe a group of like-minded individuals who come together to support each other's goals. In a mastermind group, the members offer insights, feedback, encouragement, and accountability, all of which help each person in the group to grow and succeed. The power of a mastermind group lies in its collective intelligence. Each member brings their unique experiences and knowledge to the table, creating a rich environment for problem-solving and idea generation. To build a successful mastermind group or cooperative relationship, it's important to select people who share similar values, goals, and work ethics. Cooperation thrives in an environment of trust and respect, so it's essential to choose individuals who are committed to the success of the group as a whole. Once you have assembled a group, establish clear goals and guidelines for how you will work together. Regular meetings, open communication, and a willingness to give and receive feedback are critical to the group's success. In addition to formal groups like mastermind circles, cooperation is equally important in everyday relationships, whether in business or personal life. In the workplace, fostering a spirit of cooperation among team members leads to increased productivity, creativity, and satisfaction. When people feel that their contributions are valued and that they are working toward a common goal, they are more motivated to put in their best effort. Cooperation also reduces conflicts, as everyone is focused on achieving the shared objective rather than competing for individual recognition. Cooperation is equally crucial in your personal relationships. Success is not just about financial or professional achievements. It's also about cultivating meaningful connections with others. Whether it's family, friends, or romantic relationships, cooperation is the glue that holds people together. When you approach your relationships with a spirit of cooperation, by listening, communicating openly, and working together to solve problems, you build stronger, more fulfilling bonds. However, cooperation does not mean compromising your values or sacrificing your needs to please others. True cooperation involves mutual respect and a balance of give and take. It's about finding solutions that benefit all parties involved, rather than one person always conceding to the other. This requires good communication, empathy, and a willingness to see things from the other person's perspective. When both parties feel heard and respected, cooperation becomes much easier and more effective. One of the greatest benefits of cooperation is that it opens the door to opportunities that you might never have encountered on your own. When you work with others, you gain access to their networks, resources, and insights. This creates a ripple effect where one opportunity leads to another, often in ways you couldn't have predicted. By building a cooperative mindset, you are constantly expanding your circle of influence and creating new avenues for success. Chapter 13. Profiting by Failure. Turning defeat into opportunity. Failure is an inevitable part of life, but how you respond to failure can determine the trajectory of your success. Many people view failure as the end of the road, a sign that they should give up on their goals. But successful individuals, as Napoleon Hill observed, see failure differently. They view it as a stepping stone, a temporary setback that holds valuable lessons and opportunities for growth. Failure, when approached with the right mindset, can be one of your greatest teachers. One of the most important lessons to learn about failure is that it's not final. In fact, failure often serves as a course correction, guiding you toward a better path than the one you initially envisioned. Many of the world's most successful people experience significant failures before achieving their goals. Instead of letting failure discourage them, they used it as fuel for their future success. The key is to view failure as feedback, a way to gather information about what works and what doesn't, and to make the necessary adjustments moving forward. To profit from failure, you must first adopt a mindset that welcomes challenges and setbacks as part of the journey. Failure is not a reflection of your abilities or potential. It is simply an indication that something needs to be changed or improved. This could be a change in strategy, effort, or perspective. When you approach failure with curiosity rather than fear, you open yourself up to the lessons it has to offer. One of the most important steps in profiting from failure is analyzing what went wrong. After a setback, take the time to reflect on the situation and identify the factors that contributed to the outcome. Did you make an error in judgment? Did you lack the necessary skills or resources? Were there external factors beyond your control? By understanding the root causes of failure, you can develop a plan to avoid similar mistakes in the future. But analysis alone is not enough. You must also take action. Once you've identified the lessons from your failure, apply them to your future efforts. This is where many people fall short. They recognize their mistakes, but fail to implement the changes necessary for growth. Profiting from failure requires you to take what you've learned and put it into practice, adjusting your approach and refining your strategies until you achieve success. Another key to profiting from failure is maintaining resilience. Failure can be discouraging, but it's important to keep moving forward, even when the road gets tough. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, to stay focused on your goals, even when things don't go as planned. The more resilient you are, the more quickly you'll recover from failure and get back on track. This doesn't mean ignoring your emotions or pretending everything is fine. It means acknowledging the disappointment and then channeling your energy into finding solutions. Failure also teaches you the value of perseverance. Many people give up too soon, thinking that failure means they aren't cut out for success. But success is rarely achieved on the first try. It often requires multiple attempts, adjustments, and refinements before you find the right formula. By persevering through failure, you develop the grit and determination needed to achieve your goals. Each failure brings you one step closer to success, as long as you're willing to learn and keep trying. It's also important to recognize that failure can open doors to new opportunities. Sometimes, a failure in one area leads to unexpected opportunities in another. For example, an entrepreneur might fail at launching one business only to discover a better idea during the process. A job seeker might face rejection from several positions only to find a more fulfilling career path they hadn't considered before. Failure has a way of revealing new possibilities, but you have to be open to seeing them. Finally, profiting from failure requires a long-term perspective. In the moment, failure can feel overwhelming and discouraging, but when viewed from a broader perspective, it often becomes clear that failure was a necessary part of the journey. Some of the most significant breakthroughs and successes come after a period of failure or struggle. By keeping your eye on the bigger picture, you can stay motivated and focused, knowing that each failure is just one chapter in a much larger story of success. Chapter 14. The Power of Tolerance, Building Bridges for Success. Tolerance is one of the most overlooked yet essential qualities for achieving success. In a world filled with diverse perspectives, backgrounds, and experiences, the ability to accept and embrace differences is crucial for building strong relationships, fostering collaboration, and creating a positive environment for growth. Napoleon Hill emphasized the importance of tolerance, noting that intolerance creates division, conflict, and missed opportunities. On the other hand, tolerance leads to understanding, cooperation, and mutual success. At its core, tolerance is about respect for the opinions, beliefs, and experiences of others. It doesn't mean you have to agree with everyone or accept behavior that goes against your values. Rather, tolerance is about recognizing that everyone has a unique perspective, shaped by their own experiences, and that these differences can be a source of strength rather than conflict. By practicing tolerance, you create an environment where people feel safe to express their ideas, collaborate openly, and work together toward common goals. One of the most important benefits of tolerance is that it fosters cooperation. In both personal and professional settings, people are more willing to work with those who show respect and understanding, even in the face of disagreement. Tolerance allows you to build bridges instead of walls, creating opportunities for collaboration and mutual success. In today's interconnected world, where teamwork and partnerships are often the key to success, the ability to practice tolerance is more important than ever. Tolerance also plays a crucial role in leadership. As a leader, you will inevitably encounter people with different perspectives, backgrounds, and approaches to problem solving. To lead effectively, you must be able to navigate these differences with grace and understanding. Leaders who practice tolerance are able to bring out the best in their teams by creating an inclusive environment where everyone's contributions are valued. This not only strengthens the team, but also leads to better decision-making and more innovative solutions. But tolerance is not just about accepting differences in others. It's also about being open to change and growth within yourself. Many people resist new ideas or perspectives because they feel threatened by anything that challenges their existing beliefs. However, true success requires the ability to adapt and evolve. By practicing tolerance, you open yourself up to new ways of thinking, new opportunities for learning, and new paths to success. This flexibility is essential in a world that is constantly changing. To cultivate tolerance, start by practicing active listening. When engaging with others, make a conscious effort to truly hear their perspective without interrupting or forming judgments. Active listening involves not only paying attention to the words being spoken, but also understanding the emotions and intentions behind those words. By listening with empathy, you demonstrate respect for the other person's experience and create a space for open dialogue. Another important aspect of tolerance is self-awareness. Before you can fully accept the differences in others, you must first understand your own biases and limitations. Everyone has biases, whether they are conscious or unconscious, and these biases can cloud your judgment and prevent you from seeing things clearly. By becoming aware of your own biases, you can begin to challenge them and approach situations with a more open mind. This self-awareness is key to practicing tolerance, as it allows you to separate your personal beliefs from the objective reality of a situation. It's also important to recognize that tolerance does not mean avoiding conflict or difficult conversations. In fact, tolerance often requires you to engage in these conversations with an open mind and a willingness to find common ground. When disagreements arise, approach the situation with curiosity rather than defensiveness. Ask questions, seek to understand the other person's point of view, and look for areas of agreement. By doing so, you can transform potential conflicts into opportunities for growth and understanding. In addition to fostering cooperation and understanding, tolerance also enhances your reputation and credibility. People are more likely to trust and respect those who demonstrate fairness and open-mindedness, especially in situations where disagreements arise. By practicing tolerance consistently, you build a reputation as someone who can navigate complex situations with grace and integrity, which opens doors to new opportunities and relationships. Chapter 15. The Golden Rule. The Golden Rule is a principle that transcends time, culture, and philosophy. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It is one of the simplest yet most profound laws of success, because it reminds us that our actions toward others inevitably shape our experiences and the results we receive in return. Napoleon Hill viewed the Golden Rule not merely as a moral guideline, but as a practical law that directly influences our relationships, opportunities, and long-term success. The Golden Rule operates on the principle of reciprocity. What you give is what you get. When you treat others with kindness, respect, and fairness, you create an environment of trust and goodwill. This, in turn, attracts people who are willing to support you, collaborate with you, and offer you opportunities that help you achieve your goals. Conversely, when you act with selfishness, dishonesty, or disregard for others, you create a negative atmosphere that repels potential allies and hinders your progress. The way you treat others reflects back on you in powerful ways, often determining your path to success. In the fast-paced world of business and personal achievement, it's easy to become fixated on individual goals and forget the importance of how we interact with others along the way. However, every successful person knows that you cannot rise to the top alone. The relationships you build, the trust you cultivate, and the respect you earn from others are critical to long-term success. The Golden Rule reminds us that true success is not just about reaching our goals. It's about lifting others as we rise and creating a legacy of positive influence. One of the most powerful aspects of the Golden Rule is that it fosters cooperation. In both personal and professional contexts, people are more willing to work with, help, and support those who treat them with consideration and respect. When you act in the best interest of others, they naturally want to reciprocate by acting in your best interest. This creates a cycle of mutual benefit that enhances everyone's success. Whether you're leading a team, working with clients, or navigating your personal relationships, the Golden Rule helps build strong, cooperative connections that lead to greater opportunities for everyone involved. Applying the Golden Rule also requires emotional intelligence, the ability to understand and empathize with others. When you put yourself in someone else's shoes, you gain insight into their needs, desires, and challenges. This empathy allows you to respond in ways that not only benefit them, but also strengthen your relationship with them. The more you practice empathy, the better you become at anticipating how your actions affect others, and this awareness enables you to make decisions that align with the Golden Rule. It's important to recognize that the Golden Rule is not about expecting something in return for every good deed. Rather, it's about cultivating a mindset of generosity and goodwill, trusting that the positive energy you put into the world will eventually return to you, often in unexpected ways. When you give without expecting immediate rewards, you open yourself up to receiving opportunities, support, and kindness from people who recognize and appreciate your efforts. The universe operates on the law of cause and effect, and when you sow seeds of kindness, trust, and integrity, you inevitably reap the benefits. One of the key challenges in applying the Golden Rule is maintaining it in difficult situations. It's easy to treat others well when things are going smoothly, but what about when you encounter conflict, unfairness, or betrayal? The true test of the Golden Rule lies in how you respond when faced with negativity or adversity. Instead of retaliating or acting out of anger, the Golden Rule encourages you to rise above the situation, respond with grace, and maintain your integrity. This doesn't mean allowing others to take advantage of you. It means holding yourself to a higher standard and refusing to lower your behavior to match someone else's negativity. By practicing the Golden Rule consistently, even in challenging situations, you set an example for others and build a reputation for fairness, honesty, and reliability. Over time, people will come to trust and respect you, not only for your achievements, but also for the way you treat others. This trust is invaluable. It opens doors to partnerships, collaborations, and opportunities that might otherwise have remained closed. Another important aspect of the Golden Rule is that it helps you maintain balance and harmony in your life. When you treat others well, you create positive, supportive relationships that reduce conflict and tension. This, in turn, allows you to focus more on your goals and less on resolving interpersonal issues. The less time you spend dealing with negativity, the more time and energy you can invest in your personal growth, career, and success. Incorporating the Golden Rule into your daily life is simple but powerful. Begin by asking yourself, in every interaction, how would I want to be treated in this situation? This question serves as a guide for your behavior, helping you make choices that reflect kindness, fairness, and respect. Whether you're dealing with a client, colleague, family member, or stranger, the Golden Rule provides a clear standard for how to treat others, ensuring that your actions are aligned with the values of integrity and goodwill. In conclusion, the Golden Rule is not just a moral ideal, it is a practical tool for success. By treating others as you would want to be treated, you build relationships based on trust, respect, and cooperation. These relationships, in turn, support your long-term success by creating a network of allies who are willing to help you achieve your goals. The Golden Rule also fosters a mindset of generosity and emotional intelligence, helping you navigate challenges with grace and integrity. Ultimately, the Golden Rule is a reminder that true success is not just about what you achieve, it's about the positive impact you have on others along the way. As you've now seen, success is not a mystery. It's a process governed by universal laws that, when followed with consistency and determination, lead to extraordinary outcomes. The 15 universal laws outlined in this book are the building blocks of a fulfilling and successful life. Whether you are striving to achieve financial independence, build meaningful relationships, or reach personal milestones, these principles will serve as your roadmap. Each of the 15 laws is powerful on its own, but together they create a holistic approach to success that touches every aspect of your life. By defining a clear chief aim, cultivating self-confidence, and harnessing the power of imagination, you set the stage for achieving great things. By mastering self-control, concentration, and accurate thought, you stay focused on your path and make wise decisions that propel you forward. And by practicing the Golden Rule, embracing cooperation, and profiting from failure, you build the relationships, resilience, and mindset necessary to sustain your success over the long term. Remember that success is not a destination, it's a journey. It is the daily application of these principles that leads to lasting change and fulfillment. There will be obstacles along the way, moments of doubt, and times when progress seems slow. But if you stay committed to the process, if you continue to apply these laws with persistence and faith, you will achieve more than you ever thought possible. As you move forward, I encourage you to revisit these laws often. Reflect on how you are applying them in your life and make adjustments as needed. Success is a lifelong practice, and there is always room for growth and improvement. But rest assured, with these principles as your guide, you have everything you need to achieve anything you desire. Now, the journey is in your hands. The 15 universal laws to achieve anything are not just theories. They are your tools for creating the life you want. Use them wisely, apply them consistently, and watch as your goals transform from ideas into reality. The future is yours to shape, and with these laws at your side, there are no limits to what you can achieve.